Life got kind of hectic last month, and honestly, I missed the top apps for one of the first times in quite a while. By the way, I just released a new banger wallpaper pack. This is what I'm rocking right now on my home screen, and if you want to pick it up, you can check the link down below in the description. But yeah, there's a bunch of different colors and varieties to choose from. I honestly put in a ton of work to make these, so if you want to help support me, I would really appreciate that. And a subscribe would also help. So recently, for all my music needs, I've been using this app called OuterTune. It's completely free. You can download it from GitHub using the link down below. And it's an open source music player with a really clean UI. It also supports local playback. So if you jump into the top right option here, you can select your local file path, and that will load in all the music you have downloaded. The cool part is it also syncs up with YouTube, so any song on YouTube you can listen inside this app, and it's completely ad-free. And it also allows you to download songs and listen to them in the background as well. I think one of my favorite things is you do have lyrics whenever you listen back to a song, and you got all the same functionality that you do in most other music apps. Number 2 is IdeaShell. I'm the type of person that has a lot of ideas, but when I go to write them down on paper, I just really struggle to get them out because I feel so overwhelmed. And so if you're the type of person that just likes to talk things out loud and have it summarized, this app is perfect. So it's an AI note-taking app. It basically listens and starts recording whatever you talk about, and then it will go ahead and summarize, transcribe, and it even uses AI to refine the audio recordings, expand on your thoughts, turn those recordings into smart cards such as to-do lists, summaries, video script ideas. Honestly, if you're like me, if you're an entrepreneur, content creator, if you're running your own business, or maybe you just want to summarize some work notes, this is great for just quickly making those notes on the go. So this app here is really cool. This one is called Lens Distortions. And like, I'm a big advocate for beautiful photos. You know, I believe you can capture anything from your phone that you can on your camera, and it really isn't about gear anymore. So Lens Distortions is a photo editing app that specializes in high quality overlays, such as lens flares, sun rays, atmospheric textures, weather textures. You can also add some really nice text, and typography is great in this app. I personally think these are great for stories. There's a lot of really nice fonts to choose from, and you can change the size, weight, tracking, drop shadow. There's a lot you can do, more than you probably need. To make an image cinematic, you often need a lot of contrast, and that relies on like either a bright part of the image or a really dark part of the image. And so by adding these flares into your image, you can really make it look more cinematic. Kind of looks like something you see from a magazine or a movie. And this is just something I took on my phone. So not only can you change the flares, but you can also add different light volume, different overlays, depending on like weather conditions. And yeah, I think this is like a really cool app. If you just want to play around with some graphics and make some aesthetically looking images for your story, then this is perfect. Number 4 is an app called Remind Me. So this takes a little bit of a different approach. Instead of just pushing notifications to remind you, it actually calls you up via an alarm. So you can set any date and time, and it will just ring on your phone, and that obviously gets your attention, and then it will answer like a phone call and play back exactly what you told yourself to remind yourself about. You know, I find this app most convenient when you accidentally put your phone on mute or do not disturb, because alarms cut right through those. Number 5 is Sunny Forecast Weather. So this app is just a beautifully designed weather app. It provides standard weather measurements such as temperature, humidity, wind, the general forecast. There's nothing crazy in terms of the data that it gives you, but it's just really simple and easy to use. It provides all the data you need really clearly. And I just really like the aesthetics, to be honest. I think that's the main thing I love about it. So if you're looking for a new minimalistic weather app that just tells you the basics, this is a great one to check out. Number 6 is called OneLine, and this one adds branded photo frames to your images. So if you've taken some photos on your camera or on your smartphone and you want to just enhance it a little bit more, you can jump inside of here and choose some really minimalistic aesthetic photo frames, and they actually tell you the camera settings that were used and the location of the photo, which is really nice. So there's this hot section here. There's also a frame section which you can go into, and it doesn't even need to have the camera settings or the camera brand name. If you're just looking for a nice way of presenting your photos, this is great. And you can even make some of your photos look like magazine covers with really beautiful text. But yeah, overall, a really cool app. Number 7 is an app called BlurText. This app is great for privacy. It lets you blur or pixelate text or any part of the image you want in order to hide information. And this app has saved me countless times when sharing screenshots online. Number 8 is an app called Gallery OS Plus, and this basically imitates the Gallery app on iOS 26. It really has a similar design. It even has the liquid glass buttons, and you can swipe at the bottom here between the two tabs and has that liquid glass effect. I really like the collection section. It's just a really clean layout. You can access like all your albums as well as all the different media types like videos, screenshots. And back on the library page, you also have this filter button at the top. So you can filter it by newest or oldest. Then in the filter section itself, you can choose the media type. So whether it's video, photo, or your favorites. This is just a really neat feature to have. And you can even do the pinch gesture to zoom in and out and have more photos on the screen at the same time. The attention to detail is insane, and if you even go to edit a photo, it has the exact same editing tools with the same layout, which is crazy, even as the filter section in here too. Next up is NoVolume slider. So if you're kind of bored of the generic slider on your Android phone and you want something a bit different, this is inspired by Nothing OS, and it brings this wheel to the side of your phone. There's a bunch of customization options. You can change the whole layout, positioning, the color scheme, and even the font. And I personally just think it's a really nice, refreshing way of changing your volume. So recently I did a video on the new iPhone and I was talking about how it can do raw video. And somebody pointed out the Pixel 10 Pro can actually do raw video in 12-bit, which means it's even better than what the iPhone can do. But all of that power is locked behind Google's processing. And there's really no way of getting around it other than using this app called MotionCam. So inside this app, it's a pretty simple layout, nothing special, like it doesn't look amazing, but you have all the features there, which is most important. So you have all of the custom video settings you can tweak. There's also different modes, so you can do raw video mode, there's also a photo mode, and in this free version, you do have a record time limit of 5 seconds. So you're pretty much going to use this app mainly for photos or just short clips, unless you want to pay to unlock the full version. But I really do think it's worth it if you're like a short film creator, you're a content creator, and you really want to unlock and level up what your phone camera can do. Then this app is definitely a no-brainer. Like for those who don't know what it does, you probably don't need it. And for those who need it, probably already know what it does, and you probably even have it already. So yeah. They're just some really useful apps that I've been using on my Pixel 10 Pro. And if you want to see more, definitely do subscribe and stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a whole lot more content coming fairly soon. But, you know, it's just going to take some time before it does get out. But things are coming to a close. I've got a lot of things lined up right now, so you'll start seeing videos firing out more often than not. And I'm actually really excited to do my full video on the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. This is an insane device, like I really love it. It basically feels like a bulkier Pixel 10 Pro in the hand, but with just some extra features sprinkled in, some extra screens, and it really does change the experience of using this phone. So thank you so much for watching, definitely subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.